Two more in the waiting room. Sorry. Right, okay. Hi and welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming and investing your time. There's still a constant stream of people, so if you see me clicking, I'm just admitting people. And investing your time to our Level Up 2021 goals. We're so flipping excited. Me and Lisa have been buzzing for this. We've been planning it since last year. I think we started planning it, didn't we? We started thinking about it last year when we decided that we wanted to do it. It's changed shape a few times, a few different ways we wanted to do it, but we've finally figured out exactly what we want to do. And yeah, we're so flipping buzzing. I'm just so excited. And thank you so much for joining us and investing your time. So, as we said, we have we've split the course into 6 weeks. We've broken it down into different parts of what we want to teach you each week. Each week's got a different topic, what we want you to have as a takeaway from the meeting. You know, something that we hope that you'll be able to implement into your business and help you level up. Our main goal for this course, is we want you to come away from this course absolutely buzzing, full of excitement, full of drive, full of passion, full of the beliefs that you can absolutely do exactly what you want to do and level up your business. That's the main goal of this business. We're going to get into some nitty-gritties. We're going to be talking about obviously the good stuff, the bad stuff, and all the in-between, all the parts of leadership, being an entrepreneur, all those kinds of things. So hopefully not everything will resonate with you, but hopefully there'll be lots that will, and you will be able to find exactly what it is from us that you can literally plow into your business and succeed. So, okay, week 1, let's do this. So this week, it is all about you. So we are here today, at week 1, we want to talk about you and your personal business, okay? Your personal business is so important, and it should be what the majority of your time is spent on, your own personal business. Your own personal business is sales and recruiting. And what you put into your business. That's what we want to talk about today. Obviously, how to recruit is, we've done plenty of trainings on that elsewhere. We're not going to be talking exactly about how to recruit today. With me and Lise, between us, we've got quite a lot of trainings on YouTube. We've got the Dream Team Academy. We've got the last month's Rockstar Academy that we had a really great training on for recruiting. We've got training for sales. So we're not going to be talking about the how to recruit. We're going to be talking about how you can make sure your own business thrives and how you can make sure you are in the right place in your mind to make your own business thrive. So, okay, I've written notes as usual because I get distracted and my mind goes blank, so I will be referring to them a lot. I've been really nervous.
Okay.
It's good though. It shows, like, we all get nervous for these things. It always scares the hell out of me, and I love it. I love that feeling of like, right, I'm going to do this. It's going to absolutely terrify me. It drives me so much.
Taking you out your comfort zone all day long.
Massively. So, okay. Like I said, in further weeks, we're going to be going more in depth about talking about leading your team, motivating your team, how to manage your team, how to get the best out your team. All that kind of stuff is going to come further weeks. In the further coming weeks, we are going to cover all of that, but today we just want to talk about you and your business. Okay, I want to kick off first. So me and Lisa will kind of split what we want to talk about today into 2. Today, I really want to talk about an entrepreneurial mindset, the most powerful tool in your tool belt, an entrepreneurial mindset. The reason we're kicking off with this is because there are many things that the rule that we're going to talk about applies to, but this one is so important. The 80-20 rule. 80% of your success is down to your mindset. 20% is down to your strategy. 80% of what happens in your business and the results you get is down to your mindset and the way you think and the way you feel and your beliefs. 20% is down to what you actually do. Okay, so that's why we really, really want to kick off and talk about having an entrepreneurial mindset. So it's that the psychology, that whole 80% is all down to the psychology of how you tune your mind, how you train your mind to think, how you deal with different situations, what you believe about your business, what you believe about yourself, and having that entrepreneurial mindset and really growing from being obviously a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Hopefully you guys have kind of covered that before. Something we did in one of the first world tours I went to, and it really hit home with me. So a fixed mindset is somebody who purely sees, I can't do that because. That's a fixed mindset. I can't do that because I don't have time. I can't do that because I don't have the friendship circle, or I can't do that because so-and-so down the road told me that it's a pyramid scheme and no one succeeds. That is a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is, I will do this and this is what I'll do. I will grow, and you will literally think of every single reason how you can do it. You'll overcome obstacles, and what I always say to my team, solutions over problems every single time. You will either look for problems, which is a fixed mindset, or you'll look for solutions, which is a growth mindset. Okay. So, right. Your mindset can be more powerful than any skills. Well, it is 100%. Any skills that you can come at someone with all this, what you believe would be all the perfect skill set to bring into this business. You might believe that someone might have that perfect skill set, but if they had the wrong mindset, they will not have half the success of someone with no skills and the perfect mindset. I know that for a fact because I came to this business with very few skills on entrepreneurship. I had a little bit of online marketing skills, but my mindset was, I was absolutely bang on with my mindset and really, really focused. It's not down to your sponsor. It's not down to your director. It's not down to your friendship circle. It's down to you and how you think. Now think about how you conduct your business. When you think, if you take yourself out of like the situation, like take yourself as an onlooker into your own business and watch yourself as a consultant. Do you act like a business owner, or do you act like an employee? Do you conduct your business like you own your business, or do you conduct your business like you're an employee of somebody else? Okay, so for a business owner, an entrepreneurial business owner would treat the business, they would seek out their own training, they would make their own plan, they would be motivated themselves. Or do you sit and wait to be told? Do you sit and wait for your upline to tell you what to do? Do you sit and wait for your upline to give you the information that you might need? Or do you wait for your upline to motivate you, or do you go out and get that motivation yourself? That is the difference. Having that business mindset, business owner mindset over an employee mindset. Do you hold your upline responsible for your success? Do you hold someone else responsible for your success, or do you hold yourself responsible for your success? That is the main question, because truly you are the only one who's responsible for your success. So you have to make sure that only you are the one held responsible for that. Literally everything you need at your fingertips, everything. All the training, the workstation is full of everything you need, every single thing you need. It's all there. The one thing I've said so many times to my team, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, treat your business like you've invested £85,000, not £85. And what if you just think differently? If you feel like you've invested £85,000 in your business, what would you do differently? You would make sure that you succeeded. You would make sure that your business went to that level, like next level. Treat your business like you've invested every single penny you own into it. When I joined, I desperately wanted my business to give me, build my dreams. So I treated it like I'd invested every single penny I'd owned. And at the time, that £85, that wasn't far off it. That was pretty much all we did have. And I treated it like that. Every single penny I'd owned is so, so important. Evaluate your business. Look at what your business, how strong is your business? Lisa's going to talk a lot more about this, but if you were to look at your business, your own personal business, not your team, your personal business, what does it look like? Do you have a consistent customer base? Do you have a system for finding new team members? Are you out there consistently looking for new people to bring into your business, or are you sat there waiting for it to happen for you? So let's talk about laser focus, okay? Because for an entrepreneurial mindset, you need a vision. You need a vision. What can this business do for you? So obviously, if you're driven by money, that's great, but what can that money do for you? Not just a paycheck. Like, what would it feel if your business gave you all the things that your heart desired, all those amazing things? Think about what you want from your business. Think about it. Really, really focus on what your business can do. As part of this whole course, I really want you to focus on what your business could do and what life your business could give you. Think about what financial freedom might feel like. Just think about it. Imagine it actually happening. Emma says, take away money worries. Exactly. Anything your heart desired, just think about it and imagine it actually happening. You have to do that. You have to visualize it and feel it. Literally believe it's going to happen and be focused on it, because you've got to block out all the negativity. You've got to make sure that you are so focused on reaching that goal that anything that happens will not stop you. Because trust me, you're never, ever, ever going to have a perfect journey. No one is. There is so much to every single person's sensory journey that not everybody knows about. It's never going to be perfect. But if you stay focused on what your dream and what that feels like, trust me, literally, I can sit and you have to learn to dream and feel like what that would like. Actually imagine what it would feel like. Maybe it's a dream house, maybe it's paying debts off, maybe it's being able to afford a new car, or anything that you could think of, whatever that might be. Being able to perhaps you want to give money to charity every single month, open up an animal shelter, whatever it might be. Just imagine what that would feel like, hitting your dream, and stay focused on it. Stay 100% focused on it. Keep telling us. Right, hang on, I've got some waiting rooms and I've lost it. There we go. Okay, so stay focused on that. I'm loving hearing these, absolutely loving them. That is incredibly emotional. Quit your job. Joanna's hubby stopped working away so he can watch his family grow up. Oh God, I've got to cry.
Well, it makes me well emotional.
I know, honestly.
Is that the heartstrings going?
Even for your wedding.
Makes me a bit tearful.
Think about it and feel it. Like, feel what that would feel like. To renew your wedding vows, quit job and be with your family, provide financial security. Because I've been there. Like, my son, I barely got, like, when he was I had to go back to work when he was a baby, and I missed so much. I remember leaving him at the nursery, literally leaving him at the nursery, screaming for me because I had to leave him to go to work, and I had to go and earn a wage to pay someone else to look after my child. It was horrific.
I remember that.
I'd allow me to follow your dreams. Retrain an accountant and a speech therapist. Oh,
you're coming in so fast now. I'm like, oh my God.
These are absolutely amazing. Be totally independent. See your youngest grow up because you missed everything with your boys. Consistently have money for family treats. Be able to foster more than one kid at a time. Oh my gosh. And do you know what? Sensi can do all these things. All of these things. But you have to believe it, and you have to feel it, and you have to stay focused. Just visualize it. Take every single morning, start every single day by sitting for 5 minutes, well, 30 seconds if that's all you've got, because I know some of us, like particularly in lockdown, we've got crazy lives, but just spend those 30 seconds visualizing your dream and literally just imagine it happening, because it will happen if you just stay focused. Okay. Believe it's going to happen. Okay, no more playing it safe. This is what we want. This is what we want the start of this course to be. We don't want you playing it safe anymore, protecting yourself from the what. Well, if it goes wrong, it's okay because of this. Don't play it safe anymore, guys. Go big. Seriously, go bigger than you could ever imagine. That's literally what we want from you. We want all these amazing dreams that we're seeing in these comments to come true. And let's become laser focused on achieving it. And we have to stop allowing the negative advice or the opinions of others alter your actions. Too many times, too many people change what they're doing because they are literally listening to the advice of others, right? If you want to succeed in this business, listen to people who have succeeded. If you want to fail in this business, listen to people who have failed. That you need to listen to people who've succeeded because they have walked the path that you're on. They've been there a million times, okay? And they will tell you how to succeed in this business. You can tell me I can, and I will show you how I can. I love that. That's amazing, Emma.
Right.
Okay. Because, right, experience beats opinions every single time. If you wanted to learn how to cook, if you wanted to learn how to drive, would you talk to somebody who couldn't cook or who couldn't drive? No, you'd speak to somebody who could cook. You would speak to someone who was successful at cooking, not at who couldn't. Listen to the opinions, listen to the advice of people who have succeeded, okay? Not the people who have failed and not the people who have a negative opinion of what you might achieve because they don't know. They've got a broad mind on what's possible in this business because that's the truth. People have a narrow mind, sorry, totally wrong word, narrow mind on what's achievable in this business. This business, you can achieve anything you want. Listen, because we know that. We know that. I know that. Lisa knows that. Joanna knows that. Gemma knows that. All the other people who've absolutely done amazing things, they know that. Okay? Right. Sorry, I've gone off board a bit. Now, on the subject of who we listen to, remember what your parents used to say. That if you hang around with the wrong crowd, they'll used to say you've got in with a bad crowd or that person's a bad influence on you. They were completely right. They were bang on, absolutely bang on, okay? It is completely normal to underestimate the power of the importance of the people we spend the most of our time with. Absolutely normal. People do not understand the importance of the people we spend the most of our time with and the influence they have on us. But it's a well-known fact that you are the average of the top 5 people. I cut my finger earlier, sorry for the plaster. The top 5 people that you spend time with, you are the average, okay, of the top 5 people. When we say average, we mean your mindset, the way you think, your health, your home, your goals, your income is the average of the top 5 people you spend time with. So you have to choose that top 5 wisely, really wisely, okay? We are hugely influenced by those top 5. Everyone is either, and I love this quote, absolutely love it. It's one of mine and Gemma Webb's favourites. Everyone is either a fountain or a drain. Everyone in your life, they either add or subtract to your life, okay? You know the people who make you, when you spend time with them, you feel excited, you feel driven, you feel passionate, you feel like you can do amazing things. And then you know the people who are literally like vampires and suck the life out of you. And you can't wait to put the phone down on them or you can't wait to get away from them because they make you feel heavy and sad. It's literally, you know exactly, see, you know what I mean. Mood suckers, mood hoovers is something Julia Evans said, and I love it. You have to be aware of the people that you've got in your life.
Sorry, I was laughing because Nick always says that, and I call my father-in-law that all the time. That's what we call him. We call him a mood hoover.
Oh my gosh, see.
We call him that to his face, by the way. It's not like he doesn't think we're calling him that behind his back, and I'm now telling the whole world.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, we all know him as a mood hoover. You work, but this is it. So these people might be people you work with. They might be people in your household. You just like these people, these top 5 people could be anyone. It can seem really, really ruthless, being silently critical of the people you spend more time with and the most time with, but you have to understand the importance of it, okay? The importance of how their influence determines your success. It's critical, those 5 people. So after the call, I really, really, really want you to take some time and maybe on a piece of paper, write down those 5 people that you spend the most time with and really evaluate them, whether they are fountains or drains, okay? Maybe one of those is your partner, and maybe your partner drains, because I say this because I had to speak from experience. Your partner might not be a positive influence on your business. I say that from experience because my husband, when I was really, really pushing to succeed and I was a lead consultant, he did not see, you know, we're all, our kids are all in our top 5 right now, aren't they? Our partners can really, really, really suck the excitement out of our business, okay? My advice to you is, it depends on your situation, but your husband just gave you a little look. Okay, well, if your husband's listening, my husband is literally kissing my boots now for not listening to him. So don't you worry. So you might decide that you don't want to talk to about your business to your husband, and you want to talk business with another top 5 people. Okay, that's what I did. I built relationships with other consultants. I built relationships with other people who felt the same as I did, who felt as excited as I did about my business. I didn't talk about my business to my family in particular because my family weren't particularly supported. I didn't talk about my goals and dreams. I chose the 5 people I wanted to talk about my business to. Like right at the beginning, Gemma Webb, oh my God, the conversations we used to have about our dreams. We used to be in literal hysterics about the fact that we were going to be she was going to get sensational start level 3, and she was going to be like doing snow angels in wax bars and God knows what else. You know, the things that get really excited that touch you. Probably most likely 5 people are your other consultants when you're in that stage where you really, 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 really want to grow. That your family often don't get it because it isn't the norm. Like, it's not the normal, bath smoothie. Can anyone remember bath smoothies? Oh my gosh. We were going to like be popping bath smoothies like champagne. That was like, we were so excited about it. Okay. So that's, those people who obviously, like your partner, you can't suddenly say like, I can't spend time with you anymore because you're a drain. You just have to be conscious about the conversations you have around your partner with your business. Show them. I was determined. Like, I thought, I am going to flipping show him. I remember it so well, and a lot of my team have heard me say it. I remember saying to him, I'm going to change our life with this business. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I did it. I flipping did it. Okay. Right. So now when you think about those 5 people, I want you to purposely focus your time on 5 people that are going to make you want to be better, that are going to make you excited and make you believe in your business and make you want to achieve all the things. Really, really, really purposely focus that time wisely. It's so important. So, so, so important, because you can have a conversation with somebody who's not excited about Sensi, or who doesn't understand the opportunity, and it can make you feel totally different. So you have to be aware of that and be really protective of your mindset. Okay, right. And now, and also, I want you to look at yourself. I really want you to look at yourself and be self-aware. Put yourself under a microscope and be self-aware and be responsible for the influence you have on the people you spend time with. Okay, be responsible for the influence you have on the people that you spend time with. Be responsible for the way that you make people feel when you interact with them and engage with them. Do you make people want to be better? Do you make people want to do more? Do you make people feel good, or do you subtract? I know if I don't do my self-development, I have to work really, really hard on my self-development, because if I don't, I can become a drain quite easily. I have to work damn hard on it It's not something that I just wake up every morning and feel positive. I have to work seriously hard on it, okay? The same as all you guys, especially in lockdown, we have all got to work 4 times harder, if not more, on keeping the positive thoughts. You have to work on it. It's not something that's just going to happen, okay? It's not something that's just going to happen. You have to work hard on it. So be self-aware of yourself, that you are a fountain and you want to bring out the best in people, and you'll naturally see your top 5 change. You won't even have to think about it. You will magnetize people who are excited, who are positive. You'll magnetize the people who you want to be in your top 5 to you. They will be drawn to you without you even having to think about it. You'll connect with those people. You'll connect with all those, the right type of people who make you feel excited. Be a breath of fresh air. I always remember when I was a star consultant, my director at the time said to me, she said, "You're a breath of fresh air." And it really stuck with me, really, really stuck with me. I thought, oh my gosh, it's like, I was just excited, I was passionate, and I thought, this is it. I've just got to keep rolling with this excitement and being so passionate about my business. It really, really struck a chord with me. Okay, the one last thing I want to talk about before I pass the floor to Lisa, I'm so sorry for how long I'm talking, about your entrepreneurial mindset, is your time. Your time is your currency, so you have to spend your time wisely. Okay, all too often I see people judging my circumstance, Lisa's circumstance, other people's circumstances, and saying, oh, it's all right for you because you do Sensi full time. Oh, it's all right for you, you've got all the time in the world. Trust me, right? If I'd have had time to think about that, if I'd have had time to think like that, then when I was starting, I would not have got where I am now. I did not focus any time. If that's what people think, they've got more time than I had when I started. I did not focus any of my spare time on thinking about what anyone else was doing, or thinking about, oh, well, it's all right for them because they've got this time and that time and I've got this. You don't know what anyone else has got behind closed doors. Everyone's got their own personal battles, their own personal things going on. Do not ever judge. Just focus on what you spend your time on, okay? It's so, so, so important that you focus your time on having conversations with people, on servicing your customers, on helping your team, really, really, really try and help your team as much as you can, and growing your mindset, training, showing up to training. All those things are so, so, so important. Your time is absolutely your hugest investment, and how you spend that really, really, really does matter. We're going to talk a lot more about how to spend your time, but I just really want you to start making, like, if you find that you're spending time scrolling Facebook, find time where you could actually gain some time. I bet you there's so much. Getting up an hour earlier, not watching Netflix. There's so many ways where you can find. Lisa's guilty.
Really bad at the minute.
You get sucked in though. Honestly, when I get sucked into a Netflix series, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Stop. Your time is so, so important. And I bet you, if you sat and thought about it, you could find hours a week where you've sat and scrolled Netflix is your downfall, where you've sat and scrolled Facebook. I must admit, I did watch Bridgerton in one day, but that was because I was poorly and I was laid in bed all day. So I kind of let myself off of that one.
After Bridgerton, me and Nick called it net lag. I had net lag really badly.
Big time. It was a real hangover, wasn't it?
Real bad.
Watch TV on a Friday and Saturday. That's us as well. That's exactly the same as us. We only watch. Well, my husband games, so I work my business and he goes on his Xbox. We literally watch a film at the weekend and that's it. The rest of the time, your time is so, so, so important, to spend it wisely. And do not underestimate the power of just sitting for half an hour and having a conversation, or half an hour and scheduling some posts, and half an hour, and you know what that half an hour could do. You might not see the results of that work you put in right there, but you will see it over time. And the beauty with our direct sales business is it pays you off over and over and over again. You might invest your time into a new team member. You might help a new team member put an order in, or you might help a new team member learn something new. And that time you've invested is going to pay you off over and over again, because they are then going to help their team members do it. And then they're going to help theirs and theirs and theirs and so on. And then that is how your business grows and grows and grows and grows, by you investing your time, and that time paying you back residual income. Right, I'm going to stop talking now and pass the floor to Lisa. I'm so sorry. Oh, let me spotlight you, Lisa.
So don't forget, we did start a little bit late because we were faffing about at the beginning. So you were probably bang on time, actually. So anyway, I honestly, I can resonate with so much of what you were saying. Everything you're saying, I'm sitting there inside going, yes, like been there, done it, tick, got the t-shirt, like especially down to like when I first joined Sensi, he massively rolled his eyes and was like, really? And he just let me get on with it because of what was going on within our lives at the time. He just was like, okay, whatever. But that definitely we went through a phase. I remember us arguing about the amount of time, and he was like, you're doing that, right? I'm going back to gaming. And he did. He went back to gaming, but actually he doesn't complain about it anymore. Things have definitely changed. So sometimes it's worth putting all that extra hours, all them late nights, all putting the Netflix to one side, having, you know, some people have said to me before, you work your business like a lot, and I'm never going to be one of them people that says, no, I don't, I do, but I get the results, and that's like a big thing. So, right, I'm going to talk to you guys tonight. So moving on from mindset is a bit like the action of getting your mindset in the right place. And now we're sort of going to talk to you about how your business has to come first. So this is where what I'm going to talk to you about. Your business has to always be growing. For you to be for your group to be growing, for your business to grow, in terms of your team members and in terms of your customers, everything has got to be growing at a pace. It doesn't just get to SSD and suddenly you don't have to put in your 500 anymore, or you don't have to put in any PRV anymore, and you don't have to recruit anymore. And that's been something when I think a lot of people have said to me, what are like your tips for moving forward? Like, and it's been, I still work my business every single day like I did when I joined in December 2017. I still have the same excitement for it. I still have the same enthusiasm. I've probably got I probably got less focus now, because when I first started, I was like, oh my God, it was like a dog with a bone, and I wanted to make it really successful. And I've actually got more time now, which makes me less focused. Although this year I am making a real definite change on that. I'm really trying to make that is my focus this year, is to become more focused, to take action in smaller chunks of time so I can actually get things done. You'll probably hear me say that word a lot. It is my word of the year, and I'm probably going to say it in every training that I do this year. But I can't tell you, I'll come back to that at another time, but I can't tell you what difference it's having on my business. So your business has got to come first, okay? As a leader, you need to lead from the front, and you need to be working your business always. The minute you stop working your business, your team are going to stop working your business. So whether you've got one teamie, or whether you've got 200 teamies or 2,000 teamies or 6,000 teamies, if you stop working your business and your team see that, they won't work, because they will see it as, well, if you're not doing it, why do I need to do that? You've got to be the one that's leading from the front, setting the example all the time, okay? And it's not easy, okay? I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, it's easy, you can do that. It's not. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take graft. It's going to take focus. Okay, so you need to lead from the front. So the first thing for you guys is you need to be aiming to get your 500 every single month, no matter what. Be honest with me. Who is a consistent 500 PRV? I'll put it in the chat. Just go, yep. No. Be honest. Hopefully there's going to be lots of yeses. Some of you might be like borderline. I'm loving it. Look at the speed all them yeses are coming in. It's brilliant. And there's going to be a few no's in there, but which is okay, because we're not all at the point that we want to be at. We all need to move forward. But you need to get your 500. There's a reason for that. The big reason for that is if you don't get your 500, you don't get paid on your team. And that's the bottom line of it. You don't get paid on any of your team members if you don't get your 500. And I'm going to come on to this a little bit more. I'm probably going to sound a bit ranty. Tam's doing the nice fluffy part, and I'm going to do like the ranty, you need to do this part. But that we're good cop, bad cop, aren't we, Tam? I think that's how it works. So you need to be getting your 500, okay? You obviously need to be getting your active teamies to get paid on them. And you need to be having recruiting conversations. Those are the things that are going to make your business work. So the biggest thing for you guys, 500 PRV, and you need to be having recruitment conversations. They are, and then obviously you need to be coaching your team. But today we're just talking about you. We're talking about what you need to do for your business. Now, It could be that you've got the most amazing cracking team. They go out there and let's say I'm going for director, so I need 10,000 GWV. On the 15th of the month, your team are absolutely incredible and they go and knock out 10,000 PRV. It gets to the last day of the month and you're still scrabbling around for your 500 PRV. If you don't get it on that last day of the month, you will get paid on them as a certified consultant, which means you're going to be leaving loads of money on the table in Sensi's pocket. Yeah, it could be the difference we're talking between, like, maybe we're going to talk money one week, but it could be the difference between you getting paid maybe £200 and maybe £1,000. Okay, that could be the pay difference we're looking here if you don't get your 500. So if you don't get your 500, and this is going to be like a bit of a shock, and some people are going to be like, oh my God, she really just said that. My top tip for you would be to, yes, you've got a team. Yes, you've got a team. That's why you're here. But my top tip is you need to go away and you need to focus on getting your 500 before you do anything with your team. You need to make sure that you're going out there and you've got that 500 PRV at least by the 15th of the month. That would be my challenge to you, is to go out and get your shooting star every single month, not on the 15th, by the 15th. So at the minute, what are we, like the 3rd? I think I've probably got about 400 or 500 PRV to go in. I haven't done it yet. It's all going in tomorrow. But I am literally working, chipping away at that, and I'm making a plan to make sure I've got that by the 15th of the month. Why? Because then that leaves me 2 weeks at the end of the month to make sure that all my directors are okay, that all my team are okay, to make sure my frontline, I can go and help them. If I really needed to, if I couldn't get any more PRV because my team desperately needed my help, then I would go out there and I would make sure that, okay, I can put my business to one side. Ideally, I want to get more than 500, but if I have to, then I now can plow my time into making sure that my team have got theirs and I'm helping my team. But if you are literally doing that on the last day of the month, what's going to be happening is on the last day of the month, you're going to be texting all your team going, oh my God, I need to get paid at title, or oh my God, I'm going for a promotion. I need you to put in orders. And that's really not how a leader needs to lead. Okay,
is someone unmuted who's putting pots away? I'm just trying to find who it is.
It's me. It's me. It's you. Shh, shh, shh.
I don't know who he is.
It's Rachel. Tam, mute me. It's Rachel.
I'm trying to find you. I can't find you.
I can't do it. It won't let me. Oh, you're there now. You're good. You're good.
Oh,
okay. So to be paid on your team, you've got to put your 500. So whether you're a lead, you need your 500, and your active team is, whether you're a star, it's exactly the same. All the way up to superstar, we all need to put in a minimum of 500. Me personally, like Tam, I'm going for my 2,000 every month, no matter what. I've got a plan of how I'm going to get there. I know that if I'm doing VIP boxes, for example, I know roughly what PRV I get on those now every single month. I know that if I need to do a special because I think it's going to be a particularly quiet month, then I will run a special. If I need to, follow up with customers, if it's a little bit quiet by like the 10th, or like even today, I'm like, right, I need to sit down. I need to spend an hour messaging all my customers. That's my power hour, is literally following up with my customers, because my 500 PRV has got to come first. That's the first place. Someone's asked, what's my plan for 2000? That is like literally another training call. I think we've talked about high PRV, haven't we? We've got that on another call, I think. I can't remember what we planned, but anyway, I'll come back to that. Okay, so you need to focus on you first. Okay, so here's the big thing. If you don't do those things, I think I said it, I hear this all the time. My team are not working. My team have no sales. My team are being negative, and my team are not recruiting. I hear all of those things. And my answer generally to those things is, if your team aren't doing it, is because you're not. And that is it's a really hard truth bomb to take, because I know, for example, my team might not have the best follow-up system, for example, because my following up, I'm a bit of a winger. I know that when I put out in my team group this week about online parties and said, how many of you have successful online parties? I haven't done loads of training on that in my team. And I noticed lots of people go, no, I don't really know how to do them. But it's because I'm not doing that myself. So therefore, I'm not showing my team how to do that. So therefore, my team aren't putting it into place. So one of the things is you've got to be showing your team how to do these things. It's not just about you going, oh, look, I've got 2,000 PRV. Oh, look, I've got 1,000 PRV. I found that my biggest tool to actually get my team working, if you like, is to show them what I'm doing. Realistically, show them everything. They know everything. My team know everything. They know pretty much everything down to almost my bra size. I'm not going to lie, because I go live so many times in my team group and I show them what I'm doing all the time. But to do that, I have to put my business first. I find that I've got nothing to tell my team the months when I'm not working my business. When I'm really like not really giving it my all, I've got nothing to go and show them. I've got nothing to inspire them with. So it's got to come from you first. That's where it's going to start. You are the inspiration. Believe it or not, you are everybody's inspiration that is in your downline. So every person that your team recruit or you recruit or your teamies recruit or their teamies recruit, they're going to be looking to you because you're that person that one day will be the director, one day will be the superstar director. Every single one of you, all 194 of you on here right now, will all be superstar directors at some point in your Scentsy business. That might be in a year, it might be in 6 months, it might be in 2 years, it might be in 5 years. It doesn't matter. Every single one of you can do it, but you've got to put yourself first and you've got to be the inspirer. You've got to see yourself as someone that can inspire others. So if you are struggling to do something, then the next thing is you've got to spend that time, like Tam said, on yourself, working out what your imperfection is, and then going away and working on it, whether it be finding training online or asking your director to help you or asking your superstar director for more training or to direct you to where they've done training on these different things. Because believe it or not, there is so much free training out there for you. There is training on everything. I watch training. I've watched 2 trainings today, not Scentsy trainings, but I've watched 2 trainings today, and I watched 2 yesterday, and I think I watched 2 the day before. And then what I do with all of those trainings, I'm going to show you this because I get it out all the time now, is I go and take action. So whatever I learn, I start to put it into place. We did a training last night, and straight away today, I've put some of that into action already today because I was so buzzing with what we did. And so that's what you've got to do, the same thing. You've got to take action. Okay, so just an example. You've got to put your customers before your team. Now, this is something I found really hard to do. When my team group was growing rapidly, I felt like I needed to give something in there every single day. Every day I was like, right, I've got to be the first person to post. I've got to be the first person to put a positive quote. And that was how I felt. I put pressure on myself to do that. When I took a step back and actually worked my customer group first, and what I noticed happened was suddenly my PRV went up. What I noticed happened was when I answered my customers' messages before I answered my teamies' messages. How many of you are guilty to answering that question from one of your teamies, like, oh, how do I put an order in? How do I do this? How do I do that? When they've asked you like 50,000 questions and you answer them first before you've gone back to that customer that's actually asked you for a mini warmer and 3 waxes, which is going to, that's your PRV for the day. I was massively guilty of that. I was guilty at looking at my customer messages. I can't even believe I did this. Looking at my customer messages, I was scrolling by and answer a team message. And I'm like, hello, that's a customer messaging you. You need to be messaging them back quick. Give them golden customer service. When I started doing that, my business did a flip 180. It really, really did, because suddenly my focus flipped from my team to my customer group. Suddenly my focus flipped from my team, my frontline, to helping them all the time, my directors. I was guilty of it, like just needing to be everywhere all the time, when actually my focus needed to be on my business so that I got my 2,000 PRV every single month. Because every time you get 2,000 PRV, I think it's a bit of a fact that you're likely to recruit within 90 days. I recruit at least 2 people every single month because I'm having enough conversations to speak to 2,000 PRVs worth of customers. So those customers I am literally building relationships with all the time to turn them into my teamies. Little recruiting tip there. So when I flip that, my PRV changed, my focus changed. So your business has got to be the #1 priority, not your team, your business, okay? I'm also one of those leaders, especially now, it's taken me a long time to do it, where I don't answer messages within, if they're not important, every message is important, but if they're not like life or death situations, 24 hours. They'll get a response from me in 24 hours. I sound really harsh saying that because there's probably lots of you on there thinking, oh God, that's why she doesn't message me back. But that's why. Because my customers, sometimes what I'm doing with my customers has got to come first. I need to get my ducks in a row before I can go and deal with everybody else's ducks, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm getting through this quite quickly. So here's the big thing is, obviously you've got to work your business first, but you've got to find balance. You can't literally just bring people into the business and then leave them to do it all by themselves. Yes, there's lots of information out there for them, but you've got to, you know, for the first 70 days, you need to be at their beck and call. You've got to be able to give them something. So you've got to find a healthy balance. You can't just go to your brand new recruit, oh sorry, I can't speak to you for 15 days because I need to get my 500. There's got to be a healthy balance, but your business does have to come first. So you've got to find that. You've got to make that work for you. What else have I missed? Okay, so I feel like I'm getting through this quite quickly. More importantly, what I want you to do just quickly is to evaluate, and as Tam said, where your business is right now. How many of you, don't, struggle to get that 500, or how many of you settle for your 500? Because I know that I've done this in the past. Even when Tam will go to me every month, yeah, you're going for annual sales, aren't you? And I go, yeah, but I did settle a bit at the end of the month for like 2,100 PRV. And she'll go, why? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I feel like I'm being told off. But it works because it actually makes me think a little bit more about putting through that, that 2,000, working a little bit harder to make sure I'm doing that. So I'm trying not to settle anymore. But how many of you do that? How many of you settle because you're worried that, your customers won't order next month? How many of you actually, instead of thinking, right, okay, all my customers have ordered this month, right, I need to find some new customers. You've got to change that mindset. And that's where your mindset really, really links into this business, where you've got to be analyzing your business all the time. I said this to a teamie today. I said, look, I want you to go out there and get a team in. She said, oh, but it's going to be like my best customer. I said to her, it might be your best customer, but you need to have the mentality that everyone you recruit, you replace them with another 2 customers. And hopefully that they will bring in enough PRV and to, replace that person. And this is the type of mindset you've got to be having all the time. You've got to be having it all the time. Tam, I was going to go through briefly the checklist that I emailed you earlier. Should I bring that up? Or could you share your screen? I don't know if I'll be able to share my screen, will I? No.
Right.
Can you share your screen to find? Do you know where it is?
I
don't think it will allow me. I emailed it to you.
You did, yeah. I've got it open in my downloads.
I feel like I've spoke really fast, so I'm sorry if I was like talking at 10,000 miles an hour. I think I just crammed like half-hour content into about 5 minutes.
No, it's good.
Or okay. I've been talking longer than I thought, actually.
Right. Now I need to figure out how to share my screen.
If you just click share screen and it's top left square, I think, on your desktop, it should show.
Top left square.
Have you got like a box that's come up with all different squares showing you like?
Nope.
No? I don't think I can do it this side because it's saying host as disabled participant screen sharing.
Tom, can you give permission to share your screen?
Is it the bottom in the green? Share screen?
Yeah, have you got any controls at the bottom?
I've got, oh yeah, share screen.
That's the one.
Right, what can you see?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Click share screen. Yeah. Yes, we're there. You've done it.
Yay, check me out.
Okay, so this is something, if you're a director, you might have seen this before because I shared this in the directors group, but I have tweaked it slightly. So it's going to be suitable for you guys, and you will have this. You can all have a copy of this. Right, I don't want you to stress yourself out with everything on this list, but I thought it was really important.
Just for those of you trying to write it down, don't worry, we've made a workbook. Each week's going to have a workbook, and this is part of week 1's workbook, so don't panic.
Don't write it down.
Don't need to write it down or anything.
So a how-to leaders guide. So a simple checklist for you. You need to make sure that you're doing your 500 by day 15. Isn't it funny, Tam? Because we spoke about that earlier, and we both said the same thing, and it was already written on here. I didn't actually.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. You need to be having recruiting conversations. So even if you're not physically recruiting somebody, If you're trying and you can show your team, look, I've put out join packs, I've put out join posts, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, and you can show your team what you're physically doing. That is a leader. That is somebody that is leading from the front, because you can show them what you're doing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be successful. Trust me. I've had many a times where I put out and get the, what do you call them things? The wind things. You know what I mean? Like what are they called? Them things that fly along. Tumbleweed. That's it. Where you get nothing at all. Well, you know what I mean.
I saw someone in the comments saying they're having a lot of conversations but getting a lot of no's. If you're getting no's, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to be hearing the word no. Trust me. That is like the word that if you're not hearing the word no, then you're not working hard enough. Then you are not asking enough people.
No for now, but it'll always be a yes eventually. So okay, so frontline active. So this is the people that you physically recruited. So for example, if you've got a team of 2, you want at least one of those to have a 200 PRV order in by the end of the month. So if I've got a frontline of say 50, I'm looking for at least 25 of those to be active. Okay, 200 PRV. That's not asking them to all put in 500 PRV. It's asking for them to try and get active. Okay, some top tips. So work with your teamies that actually really want it. We're going to cover all of this over the next few weeks. Power hours, exactly as Tam said, you've got to manage your time. Like, yes, I could sit in my office literally all day long, you know, listening to my music, going from literally task to task, making up packs and doing all these amazing things. I literally could. If my kids were at school all day long, come September, that is what I will be doing. I'll probably just get bigger and bigger and bigger as well, because I'll be just sitting in my chair, not moving. But power hours are going to become like your best friend. If you really don't know where to start with a power hour. And if you're not sure what one is, go and search it on the workstation, because it literally tells you how to do it. Not to compare to others, because everybody's on a different journey to everybody else. And that's really important for you as leaders right now, working on yourselves, because the minute you start comparing, oh, my PRV is not as high as hers, or she's recruiting 10 people and I can't recruit anybody, it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your director. It's not healthy for your 5 people around you. You need to literally have your positive solution, positive pants on. Pick one thing, get your laser focus, exactly like Tam said. Find that imperfection, that one thing that is making your business a struggle, and then start to work on it. Don't do it for your team. Encourage independence. We're going to talk about that as the weeks go on, but we want to be making independent teamies. It's okay to say no. So here's some consistent activities for you. Posting your team page or chat at least once a day. So hopefully, whether you've got one teamie or whether you've got 20, you should have some kind of way of contacting and speaking to your team. And make sure that you let them know that you're there every day. Even if it's just a meme, it's a funny video, or it's a video of you doing something, or showing them a post on your customer group, just something. Watch one live or YouTube training a week and share this with your team. As I said to you, 6 trainings I've watched. They were all quite short and sweet. But watch them. Do some sort of personal development, something at least once a week. Speak to one rock star a week. Now, if you've only got one teamie, that one teamie is your rock star. If you've got 20, pick one. Pick at least one rock star to message each week. That was Kyla's top tip, actually. That was Tam, wasn't it? Be present. Be present in your business. Be present in your customer group. Be that consistent person. If you can do some form of recognition, it doesn't have to be like Happy Mail. It literally can be a shout out. Just a shout out to say your team is doing well. That
message. Anything.
Yeah, a private message. That goes such a long way, and that could take you literally, how long does that take to send one message just to say, oh my God, you're absolutely rocking your business? And that is while you're doing your 15 days, when you're trying to get your 500, you can message your team. Let's just message them that message to say, oh my God, you're absolutely smashing it, well done. That will go a really long way without you having to delve in and be on the phone to somebody for like 30-40 minutes at a time. have a broadcast list or some sort of contact with your frontline and ask them to do the same, because then you've got that constant stream of information being given. It's like I think of the telephone trees in America. That's what I think of it. They do that in school, don't they? Where they have the telephone tree. Or was that just in films? Someone tell me. But I always feel like I see it. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
It's like we're going down the fish fingers route again to me.
No. If you know what a telephone tree is. So basically you have, there's a few films, they have one mum that, yes, practical magic. They have the mum that's at the top, and the teacher gives the mum the message, and then basically, I suppose this is probably like before emails were invented, and then literally it rolls all the way down your team. So one person passes the message to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's the same as your team. As your team grows, it's a brilliant way of making sure that everybody's getting the message, and they don't all need to be all just on your team chat, for example. Share how you're working your business with your team. And if you can, and you've got a group set up, go live once a week. Everything you do, encourage your team to do. And that literally is it in a nutshell. That is our 6 weeks in a nutshell. No, I'm only joking. But that's going to help you. That simple checklist hopefully will help you to really focus, laser focus into you, especially that top bit. 500 PRV, have your recruiting conversations, make your business all about you. I know there's lots of questions coming in. I'm done with that bit now, Tam. You're welcome to chuck that off if you want. I know there's lots of questions coming in, so I'm pretty much, that's all my notes. I think I've covered. Did you want to add anything?
One thing that I was going to talk about was when...
Oh, I have got actually something else, but go on.
So I used to believe that 2,000 PRV, even as a superstar director, I used to believe that 2,000 PRV for me was only achievable in October, November. Those were the only months I'd be able to get it. So it was last April, I was telling Lisa earlier, Gemma Glover was 4,000 PRV away from annual mentor. And I said to her at the beginning of the month, Gemma, if anyone can do this, you can do it. And at first her mind was telling her that she couldn't do it. And then she just literally was like, right, I'm going to do it. Every day she got to work, annual sales, not annual mentor. Every day she got to work to get that 4,000 PRV. I literally watched her and I thought, why on earth am I telling Gemma to do this and I'm not doing it myself? And I just thought, right, I challenged myself to completely up my game with everything, absolutely everything, where my own personal business was concerned, with my samples, with my customer group, with my marketing, with my branding, with my customer service, to totally up my game for my sales. And I just thought, all I need to do is up that goal each month to 2,500. And I get that. So what I do now is I get to 2,500 so you need 30,000 from the 1st of May to the end of April. So I was totally that person who was like, oh, I'll never get annual sales. I do not get annual sales. I don't get that high enough PRV. All these things you're saying that you can't seem to do it, or that you can't quite get 2,000, or this, that, and the other. I promise you, I was there, and I just literally flipped it. And I thought, I just set my mind to say, right, I need at least 2,500 every single month. Every single month. And every single month, from the first of the month, I get to work, and I literally go for that 2,500 as fast as I possibly can. And once I get there, I go for more. I'm right. As soon as I get there, I'm like, right, go for 3. Then go for more. I literally push myself. And my goal is I'm going to get it this month. My goal is that I will get it this month. I'll close it this month. And I've never, ever got it before. And it was just that simple flipping mindset that I am going to push that little bit harder. I'm going to up that little bit more. I'm going to level up that little bit more with my own personal business so that I can up that game. And I did it. And another thing, when we were talking, a lot of people talking about their team, we are going to talk about a lot in the course about having a motivated team and what that means, because we've been there. We know what it feels like to bring someone in, be all excited, and they don't work. Okay, we've been there, but we've adapted to the fact that that is part of the business. Not everyone you bring in is going to work. Not everyone you bring in is going to want the business. That's okay. That's normal. That's why you can never stop working on your personal business. Why your personal business has to be an absolute priority. to you bringing in new people. I always remember the month when I promoted Superstar Director in the October 2018. No, when was it? Yeah, October 2018. And then January 2019, I'd never not been paid at title before. And then January 2019, I remember I was 400 GWV away from being paid at title that January. 400 GWV. And all I thought was, what could I have done? What more could I have done? What could I have done better? I did not for a minute think about, wish my team had done that, and if my team had done this, if my team had done that. I thought, what could I have done? I could have done that. I could have worked harder. I didn't wish it was easier. I wished I was better, and I improved myself, literally pushed myself, and didn't ever let it happen again, because I pushed myself further and further and further. It's literally, your business is your responsibility. It's not your team's. Your team's, obviously, you are responsible for them. They're not responsible for you being paid at title. You are responsible for them. You are there to help them, not the other way around. It's this is our job. Our job is to help our teams, and not the other way around. It's not, our success is not on them. Okay, right. Sorry, should we go on through some questions?
Yeah, definitely. There was one other thing I had written down here. So let me just, which was about leading from the front. One other little thing that I just wanted to touch on, and it's all about putting your positive pants and your positive face on. Again, this is something I'm guessing we will touch on. I think sometimes as well, it's really hard, isn't it, when you've got those negative Nancy teamies. Sorry if there's any Nancy's, I mean, like team names Nancy, but that's what I always call them. Negative Nancy teamies that sort of say, oh, I can't do that, I'm never going to be able to get active, or Sensi have done this, Sensi have done that, and they've always got the problem. And this is where you need to be able to, as leaders, be able to sort of divert. Did I say this already about divertingness? Have I already said this, or was where I was talking to you at the time? I can't remember. And be able to divert their negatives away. You've got to be the one wearing the positive pants all the time. So they will never, like my team would never, ever, ever hear me complaining. Other like leaders might, as in like my upline, or I might ring Tam and have a little whinge and a moan. But that's okay, because we've got that relationship. Whereas I would never, ever, ever sort of moan down. They always say, don't they, isn't it, what is it, isn't it moan up but never downwards within your downline? Because then that's keeping that culture, it's keeping that morale, keeping that, happiness. Definitely rant to your sponsor and not to your teamies. Yes, all the time. Sorry, I just wanted to add that one in there because I had it written down, but that's part of leading from the front. So I think I've got, that's everything. Sorry, just adding that one in.
It's natural. We're all going to have times where we're frustrated and we feel like, angry towards something or someone, or there's a situation. It's how you deal with it, your reaction and how you deal with that situation every single time. I missed out on the sleep collection and I was fuming, absolutely fuming. Like I was proper mardy. I heard my husband, my daughter came to the door and I heard her dad say, do not go in there. I was livid, but I did not. I just literally sat here. I was like, ugh. And I thought, right, what can I do? I can get it on Club. I just went and got it on Club. Obviously, if it had been a warmer or something like that, it wouldn't have been as easy to deal with, but there would have been another solution. There's always a solution. It's always how you deal with it. We're in business. You are a business owner. You are going to have problems. We're in a business that is growing faster than any other business I know right now. I do not know anything that is growing at the rate that Sensi is growing right now. You are in an amazing position, amazing. There is going to be some uncomfortable situations. There's going to be some situations that you're going to feel extreme. I mean, I am so pleased I am not in head office right now thinking, oh my gosh, how are we going to get like this? How are we going to get that? They have the hard stuff to deal with. All we have to do is change what we're marketing, change what we're doing, change how we're just divert or pivot how we're marketing our business. Okay, we can't market that, but perhaps we can market this. Okay, we haven't got a lot of waxing right now, so let's focus on this, let's focus on that. Okay, deliveries are delayed, what can we do to make that right? There's always a solution, and how you deal with that massively matters. I just was reading a few comments. A few people were saying about having a team page. We are training a little bit more in depth about that, but I always say, and it's something I've always said to my girls who've got a team, if you want to be a director, start acting like one. The moment you start acting like a director, you'll become one. That is the first, like, that's what I did. As soon as I decided, and I had that, right, I'm literally, this business is, I remember the moment where I was really excited and passionate, but I remember the moment I was like, I want more. Like, I really, really want to be the top. And I just started acting like a director. That's exactly what I tell all my guys. Start acting like one. Whenever you're ready to set up a team, I would go for it. Literally, I would go for it. And some people only have the front line in it. I would welcome everyone in. We've got so much more that we want to give to you all. Obviously, we've gone way over time as usual, but we're going to talk about building that community, how to create your own amazing like team environment and all those things. We've got all that coming. But I would say, if you want to be a director, if you really want it, just start acting like one.
100%.
Start training your team, start taking responsibility, start shouting them out, obviously we will talk more about building independence. You cannot being a director does not mean that you are there to answer every single person's query. That's not what being a director is. But being a director is providing inspiration, it's learning how to motivate people, it's being self-motivated yourself, and treating your business like a business. This is the main takeaway we want you to have from today. We want you to treat your business like a business. This time last year, I decided to act like a director. You hit superstar the next month and director within 80 days. Mindset is everything. It absolutely is, Sarah. And I remember, I remember that phase when you massively, massively had that shift, and the things that you did and the creativity you brought into it. Absolute golden entrepreneurial mindset to make that happen. You really want to push loads more, but I'm currently waiting an exam in April. Katie, like we said earlier about wanting to, you find the time. If you really, 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 really want to work it, you find the time.
I think my most productive time sometimes is like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm most productive within like a 15-minute, right, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to message all them people, done, walk away. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Kirsty's saying you're struggling with the idea of making a group as have teamers that have their own groups. Is there such a thing as too many groups? Do you mean that you've got like teams within your team and they've already, is that how you mean? You have a team group and chat and put training videos in. That's it. That's all it needs to be. It's just feeding into them. Yeah, well, Kirsty, I think maybe speak to your frontline, but I'm not sure which Kirsty it is, whether you're mine or Lisa, because it just says Kirsty. But what level are you at? I'm trying to get a team at the minute, but she's playing me off against another consultant to get the cheaper on the host offer on the host kit. Never ever let anyone play you off. Just let them know, right? That's I personally. Oh, you're okay. Is it Kirsty Slater? I would let them know that, I would let them know that, look, it's up to you what you do. Just want you to know that if you do join us, I can add you to an amazing, amazing team group full of loads of training. And this is what I can provide you as a sponsor, but I'll leave you to make the decision. It's up to you. And I guarantee you, if she's trying to play you off, she'll end up joining with you.
Yeah, she will, definitely.
Kida, do not worry about consultants about other consultants thinking that. It does not matter. Don't worry what other people think of you. Do not worry.
Mindset, Kida, mindset.
Do lives get easier? I remember the first live I did. Oh my gosh, my team was so lovely. I remember Heidi Thomas, and I was there and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just talking rubbish. I'm so sorry, guys. I just had to get this over with. And they were like, no, it's fine. Keep going. They were so supportive. Tell your team you're terrified. Tell them, say, I really want to train you live. I really want to do this for you. Tell them you're terrified, and I guarantee you they'll be supportive.
They do get easier. I remember my first team live, and I remember thinking, this was actually, I think one of my first lives might have been as a director. And I remember thinking, because I didn't start my own team group till I hit director. And I remember thinking, oh, everyone's going to think of me. They're just going to think I'm repeating their information. I remember thinking, that my star director at the time, I thought, oh, she's just going to think I'm just copying her. Like, what's she going to... And I remember being really nervous when I see her come on. But now, like, I go live nearly every day. My team must get sick of the sight of me, to be completely honest.
Because that's what people say, oh, I ain't got the confidence to go live. Nobody has the confidence to go live at first, right? Confidence is doing something until you don't really think about it as a big deal anymore, until you're not scared of failing anymore. You have to just do it, be absolutely terrified, and just keep doing it until you get over the fact that people might judge you, because like we've said in previous lives, people are going to judge you anyway. People are going to judge you if you put your tea on Facebook, if you put your new hat on Facebook. People are going to judge you. Just like, it doesn't matter. Just keep doing it until you get over the overthinking of it. Bro, there's too many groups and communication groups. Just want to share positive encouragement. I think I'm very aware that people do find groups a little bit
overwhelming.
Yeah, there can be a lot of groups. So I think when it's your frontline, you think about where you want them to be. You think, where do they need to be? Where are they going to get the most from? And how do you want to train those people? Because it's quite scary being added to a big group when you're brand new. I was terrified, and I think there was only about 300 people in the, probably not even that, probably about 150 people when I joined. In the group I was in, and it was a massive group. So just think carefully about how you want people, what you want people to be part of.
I also think it's about like it's about you creating content that's something fresh that they haven't seen before. Because if you're like, you think, actually, I know that I've got 5 teamies and they're all in that group, and actually they're all really struggling with sampling, and there's nothing in that group about sampling, I'll show them what I do with sampling. It's like creating something they maybe haven't seen before. Mm-hmm. So then they're not seeing something that's in every single group, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, because, you know, I'm terrible for just going live and sharing everything in my big group. My directors must be like, for God's sake, she's such an oversharer. I just can't help it. I get too excited to see everybody.
But that's it. I love chatting to my team. Your manager from work, he told you, he snoozed you for 30 days. Sucks to be him.
Yeah, see you then. There's the door.
Don't matter. Yeah, you don't. Your manager doesn't determine your success.
You don't pay your bills.
You don't pay your bills. Only you determine your success. Yeah, I don't add anyone to the official R2 group. I'll let them, if they find their way over there, that's fine. But I don't add them.
No, me neither.
Okay, right.
We're sort of getting to the end of it. So that's the end of week 1.
So we're going to put a workbook up and just a little bit of reflection in there, a little bit of goals in there, and then obviously the checklist. Like we said, we really want you to think about those top 5 people, because your mindset, remember, how you think determines 80% of your results. 20% action, 80% mindset. It's Tony Robbins who said that, and he's kind of like one of my first, look him up on YouTube, he's so inspirational. He flipped my mindset from everything. It's amazing. So really hope you guys have loved it, and like we said, it's all about your own business. Your own business is crucial. That's what we really want you guys to focus on and think seriously about, because all too often people get a team and then they think, right, they stop working their own business. I see it all the time where people bring in a team and then they stop working their own business. You can never ever stop working your own business, or your business will die. I heard Jennifer Anderson say once, if you're not growing, you're dying. And that really struck a chord with me, that if you're not selling, if you're not getting new customers, if you're not recruiting, your business is declining. So you have to concentrate. Can I get a picture of us all for... Right. Can everyone
you're doing it on your laptop?
Yeah. Can everyone look excited? Everyone's doing their hair like oh dear. Thanks guys. I'm gonna scroll across. Hang on.
Are we going to set a little task as well in the group? I think we will, won't we?
Yeah. Hang on, just taking pictures. Everyone keep looking excited, because you don't know if you're on or not. Sorry, this is the longest cheese. This is the longest cheese ever, isn't it?
Lou, I love that. Is it Lulu?
Oh, you guys are amazing. Right, done. There you go. You can stop cheesing now.
Love it. Right, it's been lovely to see everybody.
Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll get some stuff added to the group. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.